Hello students, I am vasavi from first B.Ed Mathematics. In this video, we will be seeing about transversal of two parallel lines and the properties of angles. So in order to understand what it is, now we are going to see what is transversal. So transversal is a line which intersects two or more lines at the distinct points, and it is called as the transversal of those lines. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, the transversal forms 8 angles. So the image I have you can see is that the example of a transversal line. So the line passes through two parallel lines and it has 8 angles. Now we are going to name the sides and the angles as the lines, the parallel lines are named as M and N, and the transversal line is named as L. And the angles are numbered from 1 to 8. So the properties are as follows. First property is that the corresponding angles are equal. So the corresponding angles are the angles which are on the same side of a transversal line and or on the different parallel lines. So here the corresponding angles are 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 7 and 8 and 5 and 6. So as you can see that the property is that the corresponding angles are equal. Therefore 3 and 4 are equal, 1 and 2 are equal, 7 and 8 are equal, and 5 and 6 are equal. Next property is that the vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are on the same parallel line and or opposite to each other. So in this image you can see that the angle 3 and 5 are opposite to each other and are on the same parallel line. So by the property vertically opposite angles are equal, therefore angle 3 and 5 are equal. Similarly 1 and 7 are equal. You can also take the parallel line N where 4 and 6 are equal and 2 and 8 are equal. So this is the second property, and now we are going to move on to the third property, which is that interior alternative angles are equal. So basically the alternative angles are basically opposite or lies on the opposite sides of a transversal line, and here the alternative angles are categorized as interior and exterior. Interior in the sense the comparing angles should be in the interior region, where the interior alternative angles here are 2 and 7. Similarly, pair of 5 and 4 are also an interior alternative angles. Since by the name alternative, they are opposite. And the main thing is that before we have seen that the vertically opposite, in which we have compared on the same parallel line, whereas the alternative angles, we have compared the angles on the different parallel lines. This is the difference. You can compare the properties so that it will be easy for us to differentiate the properties that we are dealing with. So here, the interior alternative angles are 2 and 7 and the pair containing 5 and 4. Since by the property 2 and 7 are equal and 5 and 4 are equal. And as I said before, alternative angles are categorized as interior and exterior. Here the exterior angles are the angles that are exterior to the parallel lines. So the exterior angles are 1, 3, 8 and 6. So by the property 3 and 6 are equal and 1 and 8 are equal. And the next property we are going to say is about consecutive angles. Consecutive angles are the angles adjacent to each other, and here also we have categorized it as interior and exterior. So the interior consecutive angles here are 2, 5, 7 and 4. So the pair would be like 2 and 5. So the 2 and 5 are the interior consecutive angles, where 2 and 5 lies on the same side of the transversal line and they are interior between the two parallel lines. And the property is very different, because the before properties we have seen that in every comparison we have seen that they are equal, but in this comparison we have to add them, and the summation must be equal to 180. Therefore the angle here 2 and 5 when added should give 180 degree. Similarly angle 7 and 4 when added will give a value of 180 degree. And in the exterior consecutive angles here are 1, 3 and 8, 6. So in this we are going to compare the consecutive angles. So the angle 1 and 6 or when added gives 180. Similarly angle 3 and 8 when added gives 180 degree. As you can see how I have compared, when by seeing this you can compare the properties that I have said before and I am saying now, so that it will be easy for us when identifying the pairs. So in this video we have seen many properties of which contains an alternative angles, consecutive angles, corresponding angles and vertically opposite angles, and their properties, by which we have seen how a transversal line affects the relationship between the eight angles it has formed when a transversal line intersects two parallel lines. So this is how we relate the eight angles. Thank you.